Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go over what I decided to run now that Striker's been nerfed. This is for last stand when I'm playing solo if I want to get a high score. So yeah, I'll just start off with the gear. Barrett's vest. Refresh mask. You get 30% more healing when you're in the last health segment, so obviously we're lacking a lot of sustain now that Striker's been nerfed, so since you're not going to get a healing over time, you're going to have to rely on your med kits and your booster shot and stuff, so 30% extra healing from your med kits and a booster shot when you're in the last segment is pretty damn good. It has a crit chance on it, because we're going to stack crit chance with this build, like pretty much every other build. Burn resistance. Short bow knee pads. Critical hit damage, burn resistance, shock resistance, and disorient resistance. Crit damage, because like I was saying, we're going to stack a lot of crit chance with this build, so having crit damage is going to be actually better than having health. On the backpack, it's a specialized backpack, so we're going to get a little extra skill power because it adds 200% of firearms and stamina to skill power. As you can see, my skill power is 120,000. I have absolutely no electronics or skill power rolled on any of my gear. I have crit damage rolled on the backpack and burn resistance, Skulls MC gloves, assault rifle damage, crit chance, and a nimble holster. Nimble holster is going to be awesome because you can pretty much get as much sustain as you can with the striker, as long as you can use it properly. If you can cover to cover and then get into a fight, like for the next 4 seconds you're going to be getting like half your health segment every second. So we're going to use 2 M4s with this build, like most of my builds. On the main M4, this is the beam M4. We have Vicious, Deadly, Competent. So when Vicious is active, we're going to have about 38% crit chance and 130% crit damage with Deadly. So we're going to be hitting pretty hard from just about any range with this gun. On the secondary, we have Unforgiving, Deadly, Responsive. So as soon as you get within range to use this gun, this is usually what I'll switch to, because we don't have a lot of base damage with this build either, so having Responsive and Unforgiving active is going to help that a lot. On the sawed off, we have Sustained and Predatory. You definitely want to have Sustained and Predatory. The third talent doesn't really matter a whole lot, it's whatever you prefer. I just couldn't get one with like Determined, which is kind of what I would rather have. And now we can just move straight to the talents and skills. I'm running a booster shot and an immune station. So booster shot's going to give you 15% damage when you pop it for 10 seconds and about 7.5% damage resistance, so you're going to take 7.5% less damage from just about anything. And the immunizer is still useful as long as you can use it properly. If you can put it down early and run around a little bit and kind of play near cover, and then when you need the heal you run back to it and pop it, you'll still get just about as much of a heal as you would before it was nerfed, so it's still good. And on the talents we have Tack Advance, which is awesome in combination with Nimble, because every time you do a cover to cover move you're going to get up to 30% damage and a healing over time for 4 seconds. So if you're ever running a Nimble holster, just run Tack Advance as well. On the move, because we're squishy. Crit save, because crit save is something that you just can't go without. Strike back every time you reach low health, so once you go into the last segment you're going to get 20% skill cooldown, so your booster shot or your immunizer is going to come back 28% faster. And I'm using a blue because I will only be playing this build in last stand, and in last stand I prefer to use a blue rather than a recovery link. And yeah, that's about it. Now I'm going to quickly show the character stats. On the main M4 we have 24,000 base damage, 38% critical hit chance, 130% critical hit damage, 87% headshot damage, 2% stability, max health is 275,000, we have 11% EDR, 67% burn resistance, 33% disorient resistance, and 33% shock resistance. And that's about it, guys. So this build is going to be pretty good if you can play it right. I don't like to face tank people with this build. I kind of prefer to stay behind my teammates and try to beam people with the Vicious Deadly Competent M4. So I'll pick off a few kills that way, and then if someone does end up getting close to me, usually I go straight to the short bow pads and throw a nade right under their feet and then burn them down with the Unforgiving Responsive M4. And that's kind of the way I play this build. And if you really need to back off, just back off and wait for your teammates to show up, because there's no way that you can dominate solo like you could with Striker anymore. So you really have to play with your teammates or play around your teammates in this patch with whatever build you use. So yeah, let me know what you might change with this build. I'd definitely be interested to see how you would run your high-end build. And yeah, have a good one, guys.
Who needs a reclaimer, bro? Who needs a reclaimer?
No! Why?
Oh my god. Bruh, who needs a box? Think about it. I don't need a box. Disrupt me. You know it's gonna be hella disrupts in the DZ now. So disrupt me all you want. Go ahead. Put me on a prayer bleed actually. I want to see what it looks like.
Which one of them is the fucking final measure guy? I don't know.
I optimize this. I tested this earlier, but I just like seeing it. So cheesy.
No!
Bravo's now neutral.
No, he's the final measure. Shit on my dick.
No, I heard that.
Points for kills is now active.
Just wait for the bleed to end and you just hit me with it. After the 3 ticks, just run away.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You can still solo. That's proof right there.
Back out, bitch.
I'm still gonna be aggressive here.
Will you get there? Oh no. I can't tell you on screen. I gotta remember that this is really subject to.
I'm out of ammo. I'm out of ammo, boy. Man, after we hits hard. I gotta be aggressive though. Fucked up my grenade. No, he's the final measure. Oh my god.
Bravo's neutral.